Hey guys, thanks for stopping by my channel. Today I'm doing a video all about the BBW Insider program. Most people have kind of gotten wind about it at this point, and I've noticed there's been a lot of questions and a lot of chatter about it, so I'm going to try to cover kind of what I can in this video. Sorry if it runs a little long in advance because I actually haven't done any reviews yet so far for it, so I'm actually going to do the 3 items that I have kind of in this one video. They tend to release items every couple of weeks, and I was going to try to just save up and do the 2 every month and do like a monthly review of the stuff I got. That way it gives me a little time to use the products or burn the candles, get a little bit more knowledge on it, so that way I actually have a pretty decent review to give you guys, versus I know I tend to be one of those people that I'll buy something and I'm like, this smells great, it smells like this, but then I don't really tell you after I've burned it if it did well, if it smelled the same, and I tend not to do that. So with this program, the whole point is to review stuff. So first of all, it is kind of an app on Facebook's basically the main source you go to. And they were doing applications. I guess you have to apply to be a part of it. But for me, they actually sent me an email inviting me to do it, to fill out the application. So when I did that, they said, okay, you're good to go. And you go on this app and there's polls, there's quizzes, there's feedback, there's like little fun stuff you can do. But that's where you share all of your stuff, whether it's, you know, Pinterest, Facebook, Twitter, or like videos that you could do. And also that's where they do their releases, like I mentioned, a couple times a month. And the samples that they're doing, you go on there, you request them, they send them to you completely free, not even shipping, nothing. It's just completely free. And they tend to plug a little something towards a new collection of something coming out, so they try to get it, people's feedback. And I think what they're doing is they're trying to really keep people that do blogs, that do YouTube, that just kind of have a social network where they do reviews of stuff. So that's kind of how you become a part of it. They have a general email address, and they say, you know, if you want to try to apply, email us, you know, if you know any questions, anything in the world you possibly could want to know, you're supposed to email them. My problem so far has been every time I send the general email, I never hear anything back ever. And I've sent probably 4 over because I actually had a lot of trouble in the beginning of this because there was some kind of a blocker apparently on a lot of people's, like I use Google Chrome, and it was, I guess, kind of a blocker in there. And the only person I've been able to talk to is a lady, the one that actually initially sent me an email to invite me. I was like, hey, I don't really know what else to do. I'm not hearing back from people. I'm having trouble getting the samples. And she was kind of manually giving them to me, saying, well, okay, I'll just put you on there to ship it out, you know, doing it for me to do it. But I was having trouble going to the app to do it. And so anytime I've ever emailed, and the email address, and I'll put it below, I think it's simple. It's like fragranceinsider@bbw.com. So it's very basic. It's a very simple email address. But I've never heard back in all the times I've emailed them, which is pretty frustrating to me. I was very excited about this program. There was a lot of like secrecy kind of involved with it. People were wanting to be a part of it. They thought it was like a secret society, and it's not. It's just it's basically, and this, to me, this is a great thing because we can't do test store orders anymore because, you know, that just got ruined. And even though I was one of those people, I never did test store orders all the time. I would do like 1 a season, like maybe 3 to 4 a year. And, you know, a lot of bad apples kind of spoiled it for the bunch, but then also the fact that, you know, I understand they're trying to isolate it to those areas. They want to see the people coming in to buy it. So I get that. So this is a perfect filler for those of us who used to like ordering test store stuff, and then that's obviously not an option anymore. But yeah, so that's what the network kind of is. They send you free stuff. They want you to review it. And with that being said, though, is all reviews are going to be my own. They don't pay us. They don't, you know, bribe us to, you know, you kind of think that the stuff being free is kind of a bribe, but it's not. They want us to tell the truth. That's kind of the whole point of this. And it's a perfect way to give feedback. And I buy Bath & Body Works all the time. That's no secret. So, of course, I'm probably not going to get on here and say, this is terrible, this is terrible. The only issues I ever really have with the company are the way their prices kind of just get out of whack sometimes, or they try to test them like the candles 2 for $25. I'm not happy with stuff like that. But then the candles have definitely gotten better, but in the past the performance of those were an issue. And then the recycling of scents, whether it's body care or the home fragrance. Those are kind of my 3 top complaints, if you would, about the company. But overall, I tend to like everything, or else I wouldn't have the hauls I do and reviews I do and shop there like I do. So these are my own opinions. These items are given free by the network, but, you know, I'm going to be truthful for what I've got. So I've got 3 different sets here. They tend to release it every other week. So the very first one that I ever got were the soaps. They have the cutest packaging ever for this stuff. And I love the box. I mean, of course, it's in a brown shipping box, but then you have the pretty package stuff on the inside. The lids kind of have this pretty, just kind of like a splashy water design. But I love the edges of it. It's just got soaps all the way around. Really, really cute. Of course, all their soaps have been redone, as we all know by now, of course. That's why I'm a little late on this, but I've been using them as well. So that's kind of a good thing. As we all know, they're not antibacterial anymore, so they're basically just a general hand wash from now on, which the good thing about that is I feel like the scents have been better, like the fragrance has been better for it so far. Now the 3 that they actually sent to me, I have 2 foamings and a deep cleansing one. So the deep cleansing, and you can tell that I've been using it, was the Sweet Tangerines. This one smells so awesome. This is one of those, I love orange or citrus type scents no matter what it is. This is definitely just a typical, very strong tangerine. It definitely just smells stronger than the older fashioned, even though it's just one ingredient they took out. To me, it just smells a lot better. This, you know, usually the deep cleansing gets those kind of like little boogers up there, I call them, where it kind of gets clogged up. Not near as often as it used to. The old versions, I could sit there and use it one time. By that evening, when I come back, it's just clogged up. These are smoother. They're a little bit runnier in a way, but in a good way, because of course you're just going to immediately lather anyways. I definitely like the texture of it and the scent of it. The only bummer is that of course they aren't antibacterial, but that's what pocket backs and stuff are for. If you're kind of worried about stuff like that, use your Purexes, whatever you need to do for any kind of sterilization part of it. But for a general hand soap, you know, when I'm washing my dishes and I feel kind of gross, these are definitely just perfect little hand soaps to kind of freshen up. I love the Tangerines. It's been my favorite. That's the only deep cleansing that they did send. The other 2 are the foaming, of course. Now this one I haven't used. It's just the lemon mint leaf. I know I love lemon mint leaf. It's a staple scent, so there's really nothing. I didn't feel like I had to use this one as well and have all these open pumps sitting around, but that's just, you know, lemon mint leaf. They've always had it. But I did open the garden strawberries, of course, fresh picked. Well, they're all fresh picked technically. You can tell that I've also used that a pretty good bit as well. Again, the scents I feel have improved so much. I actually still have my old fresh picked strawberries that kind of got buried in the bottom of my soaps. I put it in my bathroom, and of course over time the foaming gets a little runnier, so I'm probably going to just throw it out. But the good thing is I was able to compare the fragrance. The fragrance in the old one smelled so artificial, just very plasticky, like the strawberry shortcake dolls, kind of fake. This one smells so good. You know, kind of like a strawberry flavored bubble gum or something, where it's just really, really heavy on the scent. The foaming is thicker than it used to be. It's a little bit easier to build up to lather. I don't really care either way whether I have foaming or the deep cleansing. I tend to go back and forth on them. I never really care, but of course they sent me at least one of each, so that way we kind of could review the one of each. But it's pretty much the same idea. I mean, it's foaming. It doesn't really clog up here. It never did before. It's a little bit thicker, which I like, but I love the scent. I feel like the fragrances have definitely gotten better. And then, of course, well, I say of course, I know most of you guys don't know this, but with every package they send, they have like a cute little card that they send in. And this one was kind of hashtag try it to believe it. They were kind of wanting people to really get, because the soaps were completely different. It's one thing to just have a fragrance of a candle, but these were completely reformulated. I feel like they were more important. But they definitely have these little cards they put in there. It kind of breaks down what you've been receiving and kind of, you know, for this, it's telling us about the new formulas, that there's over 25 fragrances. And on the other side, it's just kind of explaining that they're just trying to always improve, and they really appreciate the feedback, pretty much in a nutshell. And they always send these, and I remember the Bath & Body Works in my mall actually gave these out right before Christmas. I think it was maybe in November. It might have been before Thanksgiving, actually. And it's like a little card that they actually gave out in the store, but they're sending this with all the packages, which is basically We Love Fragrance Insiders. And it just says to say thanks, we've included a special gift for you to share, and to share with your friends. And it has hashtag BBW Insiders, and of course all the social media sites they use, which is pretty much everything. So I guess, you know, I know there's really not a whole lot of information you could find on things like Twitter because it's basically an app on Facebook that you're using. So that's the best way. The best way to ever find out if you could qualify would just be to email them because that's what they explain to do. So if you're interested, again, it's fragranceinsiders@bbw.com, and I will put that below. So the next one that I got, and this one's a little bit more simpler, but of course very cute. You could recycle these boxes for gifts. Just the basic gingham. It's got like a little silver, you know, bow thing keeping it together. And this was the Oahu Coconut Sunset set that they sent. This is one of the best ones you could get because they actually sent the full-size trio for this stuff, which is freaking amazing. I mean, you would expect maybe like a free travel set or something, but they actually sent the full-size set. And I love coconut. This is my favorite of the 3 of the Hawaii scents. I haven't actually showered or anything with this. I have done the spray and the lotion though. A genuine coconut smell. Anything that has coconut or is tropic themed, I'm sold. There's just no secret to that. I love coconut as much as I love citrus, and I love that this time of year there's always plenty to choose from. But this one, you know, it's been out for a little while, so there's really not a whole lot to talk about, but it's just definitely a very good genuine coconut scent. But the notes are, well, the back says, sun shines brighter, scent smells sexier, life gets better. Escape to beautiful Hawaii where lush tropical flowers and exotic fruits are the perfect background to an island adventure. And it's Oahu Coconut Sunset is a paradise blend of coconut blossom, sparkling bergamot, and pink tiger lily, bathed in Hawaiian manoa? I don't know. Whatever. And molten amber. But it's definitely just mostly coconut and maybe that tiger lily because it kind of gives it a little something kind of feminine to it in a way. But I do love it. I mean, anything coconut, I'm sold. So there's really not a whole lot to say about that one, and it has been out for a little while, so it's really no surprise. Same as the soaps. I mean, they've been out a while. I'm just now cramming everything together. Again, they have a little card. It's got the picture of the different ones and aloha on the back, general information. Yeah, and it's talking about that back in March they were going to bring out all the fragrances for it. Again, for more information, go to their email address. There's not a website, just the email. So that's kind of the general thing there. And the last thing, again, I'm sorry if this is running late. This is what happens when I just kind of review them all at one time. This is the most recent one sent, even though I'm still waiting on another one. I was actually hoping to have the 4th one by now and just do the month of like February and March together. And then that way from now on, I would just do it on a monthly basis, but I haven't got it yet. They did send them pretty quickly the first time around. Now it's starting to take a little longer. And sometimes I think it depends on their packaging, especially candles. But the most recent one they sent is actually the Let's Go to France. It's just a little French collection they've done. They decided to do 1 home fragrance, 1 body care. So the body care that they sent is the French Lavender and Honey Lotion. And now this one, the scents are a blend of flowering French lavender, lily of the valley, and nectarine de Provence, warmed with sun-kissed honey and white oak musk. This one's really weird, and I've noticed other people that have already been popping up their reviews lately. It does not smell like lavender at all. They're right, and it's true. It does not really smell like lavender to me at all. And I've actually got it on right now. It's very light. I took a shower this morning, so I've got it kind of all over. And I can't really smell it, but I don't have the body wash yet to really layer it or spray or anything like that. So I'm just going by a lotion. But it's definitely light. It has more of a candy-like smell to it. It's, it's obviously the honey, the lily of the valley, the nectarine. I feel like all those are the top notes. I feel like the lavender must be like the smallest note in there. It's just definitely a very candy-ish, very feminine type fragrance. I know I say feminine all the time, but you kind of think that girly stuff that I think of Pink Chiffon, Paris Amour, Carried Away, that really, really just over-the-top, girly type scent. It's not really floral at all. And so this is, to me, going to be a good one for people that don't do florals. I hate Japanese Cherry Blossom. I hate Moonlight Path. I hate all of those that are just so floral. It's kind of nauseating. But this one, to me, is a lot more refreshing. It's a lot just, I don't know. I like it. I do. I'm very excited for going and getting the rest of the set, but I'm also very excited of the other fragrances coming out. I think my favorite one, they have like a little poll on there you could do, and I was looking forward to Almond Souffle. And anything with almond, I like that as well, because to me, almond's always kind of a good, refreshing, any time of the year, no matter what the weather is, kind of fragrance. This is definitely one you think more spring and summer, of course. It's just very clean smelling. I like it. Yeah, I'm just very excited to get the rest of it, because I don't know what the other ones smell like. They could be horrible. They could be better. But I am impressed with this one. I would go and get this one. I would purchase this one. So that's definitely a good thing. And with this one, they also did a candle. It's the French Lavender, and the whole collection is a Provence collection. And I did burn this one. Again, I wanted to be a little more accurate as far as reviewing stuff. I've only burned it, I think, twice, though. Just enough. It pulled quickly, evenly, perfectly. The wicks were perfect. It's definitely lavender. Unlike the body care, this one is lavender to the core. If you like it, you're going to love if you like lavender, you're going to love it. But if you're not a floral fan, and I'm usually not, but I can tolerate this one. I could see myself buying one, you know, as a backup for me, because it is a very good, clean lavender scent. But I did smell the other ones in the store, and I wasn't really as impressed with those, which I think the only one I really liked was like the Vineyard one. So that's a little bit of a disappointment there, because I feel like they're all going to be a little weak and not really very impressive. But I am glad they did decide to send this one as like the sample for people, because it's more likely to go over better than those other ones are. The other ones, I just was not impressed with them. The notes for this one, it says, never-ending fields of lavender are the essence of Provence and are recreated in a transporting blend of wild lavender heightened with a hint of vanilla. No vanilla. I think a lot of other YouTubers have talked about that it's lavender. I mean, it's just a genuine, perfect spot-on lavender scent. So if you like that, you're going to love it. I do like it. I could rebuy it. I could buy the sets. I was most looking forward to this collection because I love French-themed stuff. Y'all know this. I love my fleur-de-lis and Eiffel Towers, and I just love anything that's Paris Amour is my favorite fragrance. Not because it's French, but it's just my favorite. So usually when there's something that's themed to like the countries, the Italian collection, the Paris collections, I tend to really love those because I'm a sucker for that kind of thing. So I was really looking forward to this collection. The candles to me are very underwhelming, but the body care I think could be a lot better because it's changing it up finally. It's definitely a little different than recycling the same old stuff. You know, they're all like the honey souffle, just type theme stuff that sounds really amazing. And again, the card, it's Let's Go to France, and it's just talking about, you know, basically just telling me a little bit about it. And, you know, again, hashtag BBW Insider. So I love these little cards. The packaging is super cute that they send. This one, of course, was a little bit more awkward because it was a candle and lotion. So yeah, if you guys have questions about the program, I can answer what I can. I know people tease about it being secret, but it's really not. They're just, I don't know if they're enrolling anymore, though. That's something you'd have to email them and ask them. All I know is the lady I talked back and forth to said that I could let y'all know to email them, and that's about as much as I know. I guess if they do approve it, it's an app you would go to, and then you're going to share your reviews and photos and stuff like that throughout all the social media stuff. So they're definitely looking for people that do blogs, you know, YouTube, people that are very active on reviews. And I don't really understand their screening selectiveness because a couple of YouTubers have told me they got denied for it, which is kind of crazy to me because I feel like YouTubers are one of the bigger ways to get the word out there, other than a blog. But I don't know. That's all I know to tell you guys. But definitely if you have any questions, let me know below. I'll try to answer whatever I can. And I'm very excited. Again, all of these items are free, and I'm waiting on the next one. So I'll probably do that one by itself. And then from now on, the month of April, I'll just do the two I get in April, you know, if I get them. Because it could be very difficult to get them sometimes because you're requesting them and there's only so many. So just keep that in mind, you guys. I love this network. I'm glad to be a part of it. The only complaint I have is nobody will ever email me back, but at least I have a contact if I ever have a problem. So thanks for stopping by, you guys. I hope you guys have a wonderful day, and go and check out all this new stuff because it's all pretty good. And even though some of it's been out a while, I'm very impressed with it. So thanks for stopping by, and I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.